How would your friends describe you?
Oh man. Probably depends on what season of life, I think, but definitely headstrong. Very probably bossy. I'm authoritative. I'm a decision maker. I am spontaneous, as well as adventurous. So I think my friends would say nothing that I do would ever surprise them.
What's one question you are asking yourself these days?
I think currently I'm going through a lot of transitions with asking myself a lot about the afterlife, which is like a random topic that I normally wouldn't want to talk about on camera. But when you lose somebody, like I lost my dad, for me, the idea of, heaven and hell, I struggle with sometimes trying to understand the human vision of it. Doesn't really fit the vision that, maybe makes the most sense to me. So as I explore that more, I find myself questioning like where my dad is, what he's up to, where his spirit is. Is it here? Has it been taken somewhere else? Is it out in the universe? Is it on another planet, right? And then I find myself exploring like the idea of space and the universe and what it has to offer. So probably that question, just what is next? It's just a big question. Really big question.
What would you consider your biggest failure that turned out to be your greatest teacher?
Probably, no wonder people get so emotional. My biggest failure would be the way that I treated my parents growing up and authority around me. I had a hard time understanding authority because sometimes as a child, when you see someone in an authority position and they're not somebody that you're aligned with or somebody that brings you a happy feeling, then you automatically categorize that person as bad. And then if that happens enough times with enough adults, you now categorize all adults as bad or all authority as bad, right? And so a lot of the issues that I had, I grew up in a really small, oppressed town with about 300 people. And it was extremely religious, it was extremely racist. And growing up in that environment, it was really difficult for me to understand who to trust when it came to authority. And so my parents were incredible. They were somebody that I could absolutely trust, but a lot of my emotional discomfort and dealings kind of got pushed off on them. And so I was a very difficult child. I put a lot of challenges in their path, and I was in a lot of trouble, a lot of disrespect. And so it's really difficult because losing a parent, you're forced to face your regrets. So I go back in time a lot, wondering like how again, I'm asking my questions about what happens afterwards, where my dad is, if he looks down on me and is he proud of me for my progress, or does he just think, man, I wish I had a better relationship? And then I start regretting the things that I did, and I start thinking about who I could be. And so, what was the question again? They're like tied together.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of this.
Yeah, I
You
regret.
get to share what you want to share.
I regret not being a better daughter. So it makes me want to be a better friend, a better lover, a better daughter now, a better leadership. Makes me have gratitude for everything around me. So that was probably the hardest lesson, was growing up and not being who I want to be. Really sets a really clear path for what I want to do in the future.
Thank you. Yeah. Last question. Just got one more.
Okay.
So what wisdom could you share with the world?
I would say that every single decision in your life, especially the ones that seem the most irrelevant, are all pivotal moments. And so when you're growing up, everything seems like such a waste of time. When you make a decision and then you realize it wasn't really what you wanted, and then you regret it, and then you move into another direction, you think just like, what was it all for? At this point in my life, I'm starting to realize that every single irrelevant moment in my life is really just a bunch of dots being connected to lead me to the place where I'm supposed to be. So every single thing I've ever been through in life has made me equipped to be the absolute best leader that I can be right now, the absolute best business owner that I can be, and for the people that I work with, my clients and my coaches that are under me, and the people that are growing and being mentored by me.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.